Hey guys, Justin Bryant here from selfmadesuccess.com. In this video, I'm going to show you 10 side business ideas that you can do from home in 2018 so that you can add to your existing income or maybe even eventually replace it using entrepreneurship and being able to work from home using your computer. The first thing you might look into is starting a blog, and there's a few different ways you can go about this. If you have a few dollars to spare each month and you want a more professional blog, you want something that gives you more customization where you can have your own domain name and come up with your own website name and all of that, I recommend starting a WordPress blog. So you would use WordPress to create a blog. I would recommend something like Bluehost hosting, which will only cost you like a few dollars a month. It's like $4 a month to host the blog. And of course, you can scale up from there, and then you can pretty much customize it however you want. You have plugins that allow you to add different pieces of code to your website so that you can customize the way it looks. You can customize the way you market different things and all kinds of stuff. So it's one of the more professional ways to make a website, and they account for about 30% of the internet now. A lot of your millionaire bloggers and stuff use WordPress. So I would recommend this tutorial that I put together on selfmadesuccess.com. If you just go to start a blog, up there in the menu right there at the top of the page, you can go to this page and it'll walk you through how to do this, and it'll also include a domain name, all for about like $4 a month. Or if you do not have $4 a month, or you just want to dip your toes in and try it a little bit first, do a few articles first and do it for free, you can do it on LinkedIn. Now, you can't name your own domain this way, you can't customize it much this way, and you're going to be more limited to what you can actually make money from when you're trying to monetize your blog this way. But you can write articles for free on your LinkedIn profile. So if you have one, all you got to go to is linkedin.com. It'll end up on your normal feed area, and then you click write an article, and then you can start doing articles. And if you want to make money from a LinkedIn blog post, your best bets are things like affiliate marketing, maybe selling your ebooks and having a link to that. It'll have to be something that you can link to. So with a WordPress blog, for instance, you can have ads where you make money from Google AdSense, or private ads where companies pay you to have like a spot on your blog. You can also make money from selling your own courses. You can host your own membership site. You can do a lot of different things with a blog. Another thing you can do is do some online tutoring. And if you want to, if you're pretty good with kids, you're pretty good at teaching people, or you just like people in general, especially students, you feel like you can help them learn something fairly easy. There's a few websites that pay very well for you to tutor kids, and a lot of them, they don't require a lot of experience and stuff, because what you do is you follow a curriculum, you follow templates that they give you, and everything is pretty much almost automated. They just need somebody to go through the material with the kids who is a native English speaker. Typically, you'll teach kids in Asian countries and things like that. So VIPkid.com is one place where you can go to earn $14 to $22 an hour teaching English. And you're not going to need a ton of experience and stuff, but it's an online way of doing things, and you'll have a Skype style platform, and you'll teach them on like one-on-one sessions doing a video chat. So they have 35 countries, 60,000 plus teachers, 500,000 plus students. All you gotta do is go to VIPkid.com and sign up. And of course, you can, if you get approved, teach English on your own hours, very flexible, $14 to $22 an hour. And another one, if you want to do this, is sayabc.com. That's another way. You make up to $21 an hour US or per 40 minutes. So it's actually more per hour than $21. And you have an interactive platform with pre-uploaded lessons. You can set your own hours, and you're just doing these 40-minute classes, again, on like a Skype type of platform where you're just doing video chat and you're teaching them with these different curriculums and stuff that they provide for you. So you just need to be a native English speaker, maybe have a little bit of teaching background, and you can work from home doing that. Another type of side business you can do has to do with investing. There's a lot of different ways to invest now. You can actually invest in real estate, for instance, for as little as $500 by just getting a portion of investments, and then you can make up to about 8.8 to 12.4% annual returns or so, which is quite a bit higher than what you would probably make on the stock market, S&P 500 and stuff like that. You can diversify your portfolio. You can look at all kinds of different properties. They have very low fees, and you can actually call yourself a real estate investor without having to already be rich or already have ridiculous amounts of money to invest. So it kind of takes away a lot of the risk and allows you to also create a passive income, which is my personal favorite. So fundrise.com is where you would go. They also have an app where you can track everything, and it's a 4.98 rated at a 5-star company with the Better Business Bureau, and you can also get the app for your Google Play or iPhone to track how your investments are doing and all that type of stuff. So fundrise.com for that. Another thing you can do as far as investing is being like a lender. So instead of people going to a normal bank, they might go to a place like lendingclub.com or lendingtree.com, and they will get a loan. And then you, combined with other people, have portions of these loans, and then you get like annual returns on these loans. And so it's kind of like, you know, being a bank, or grouping up with people and being part of a bank. You don't have to know the people or anything. It just kind of gives you a portion of these loan returns. So you have investors, you have borrowers. What you want to do if you go to Lending Club, you want to go to the invest section. So you want to go to invest and then go to the individual section where you can read more about it, start an account if you want. 3 to 8% per year is about what they earn on average, and you can open an account. You pick a strategy, look at different types of loans you can do, and for as little as $1,000 you can create a Lending Club account and start investing. And they also have retirement accounts and all kinds of stuff. So if you want to invest, you want to earn passive income, those are two great places to go. Another thing you can do is graphic design. So if you're more artistic, you might do a couple of different websites that are actually based solely on graphic design. So if you want to do food truck wraps, you want to do book covers, logos, t-shirt designs, and things like that, whatever it may be, you can work with 99 Designs and still be your own boss. Because what you can do, you can either get hired like a freelance opportunity to be the sole designer for something, or you can be part of a group. Maybe when you're starting out, you just compete with different companies, or not companies, but other designers. You compete and try to get the best design, and then they pick the design, and you get a lot of money for getting your design picked. So a lot of people go here to get all kinds of different design ideas and then get their logo or book cover or whatever design. So what you want to do is go to the very bottom if you want to become a designer and click Become a Designer under Resources. And then you'll end up on this page. You can learn more about how this works. You do contests, you can have repeat clients, you can have one-on-one projects, all that stuff. You can read about different people who have done it. You can read the different ways that you make money, and then of course you can join now by clicking this button here and going through that process. So 99 Designs is one of the better ones because they also attract very wealthy clients. Design Crowd is also another one that's a direct competitor to 99 Designs. Design Crowd has all kinds of projects, all kinds of designers, and it's built specifically for graphic design and web design. So either of those would be great if you want to, become a designer. So they do t-shirts, books, all kinds of different stuff. And as far as that goes, these are probably two of the better places to get started. Another thing you can do is web design. So what you're going to need to know for web design, because you're going to be designing websites and stuff, so you're going to actually be doing some code, and you're going to need to figure out what kind of code you're going to need. For websites, a lot of times you need things like CSS, HTML, things like that. If you need to brush up on your code, if it's something you want to learn, which I really recommend to pretty much everybody, because it's a skill that if you're good, especially with a couple of different popular languages, you can use it for so many things, and it's really becoming the future with artificial intelligence, with software, with things that these Google Home and Amazon Alexa things are doing. You can get paid to come up with things that those can do. There's all kinds of things that you can use this for. Creating apps, whatever, designing websites. So it's a really good skill to have. If you want to learn how to code for free, Solo Learn is the one I've really liked the most so far. And they have an app if you want to check it out on Google Play or the Apple App Store. Here's what it looks like. You can get the full version. And what you can do is you can do these different coding languages, and you build a profile, you earn little achievements and stuff. You can get these little certificates if you complete courses on certain languages. You can do games where you compete against each other with other people who use it, and you have to code to win these games. You have Q&A discussions. You have like a forum type thing. There's all kinds of ways that you learn on here. So if you have certain ways you like to learn, maybe you're more of a do-it-yourselfer, they have ways where you can just practice after each lesson, games, etc. So it's really highly rated for good reason, 4.8 out of 5 stars, and it's a great free way to learn pretty much any of the major coding languages. Also, if you want to see how much these types of jobs can make you as far as web design, go to pretty much any freelance site. Upwork is one of the biggest ones out there, if not the biggest. And you can go and see how much per hour these people make. So you look at Android and iOS apps, $100 an hour. Web design, graphic design, $125 an hour. So you just type in web design, $115 an hour, $64 an hour, $25, $60, $225, $40. So the more you build a reputation, the better the money is. And it's always going to be in demand. Another thing you can do is create your own online courses. So if you know a lot about some sort of subjects and you think people would want to learn them, or maybe you did it as a job, maybe you learned it in school, maybe you do it as a hobby, you can teach that in a course on different websites that allow you to host or just make it easier to create courses online that you can sell. Now, if you do this on your own website and you try to host it on your website and all that stuff, it can be a hassle because you might have to do customer support. You might have to update it a lot. You have to make sure that people can't get it without paying. You have to make sure you can collect payments. You make sure it's all secure and all of that type of stuff. Now, if you host it on a site like udemy.com, then you don't have to worry about any of that stuff. Plus, they can help you get more people to sign up because they're such a major website. So Udemy is a great place to do that. You just want to go to the Become an Instructor section, and then you can go from there if you want to host a course. So you can go through, check out some different courses. I recommend actually taking a few first and getting an idea of what good courses look like that get high ratings. And another one is teachable.com. If you want to make courses, those are two of like the gold standard websites for creating courses. So you just go to create a course in the top right corner, and then you can just go through that and create your account. But those two would be great if you want to create a course. And a lot of people who are bloggers and stuff, they don't become millionaires until they create their first product. And many times it's some sort of course. Another thing you can do, which is kind of different, is you can create an Instagram business. So if you want to create an Instagram business, you might want to look at a few different options. I'll go over two of them right now. But one would be to be like a fashion, sometimes they call them an Instagram model or whatever, or a fashion icon on Instagram or something. In other words, you just get a lot of people to follow you. You have these different wardrobes, or you have these different workout videos or whatever, travel videos and images. Those types of things on Instagram tend to do pretty well. Fashion, fitness, travel, those types of things. And if you get a lot of followers, you can get paid a lot just to post. So some people, like, I'll have a link to this in the show notes for you, but this is like how a fashion blogger can make 6 figures to 7 figures on Instagram by posting images of them wearing sponsored clothes or using sponsored, protein shakes or whatever, those types of things. You get sponsors of your posts, you use their products in your posts, and then it gets them more business and they pay you a big chunk of money to do that. So if you need like an agent or something, or you need like a person to help you, if you're going to do like the modeling style and you're going to try to get people to sponsor your posts, this person right here who does this uses nextmanagement.com. You can find someone to maybe be an agent for you there. And if you want to try another way of making money from Instagram, you can flip Instagram accounts. So you can build up these big accounts and then sell them. You might make a motivational account, a fitness account, but if it's not too much based on just you and pictures of you every time, you might be able to flip the account. So you can even buy accounts and flip them. I have a whole post on this if you want to check it out, called How to Make Money Flipping Instagram Accounts. And one of the main places you can do this to sell social media accounts is viralaccounts.com. You just go to Instagram account under I would like to sell my, and then it will tell you kind of what you need. You need to have at least 40,000 followers, and then they'll talk more about requirements and stuff like that, and they can help you get your account sold. Or you can buy an Instagram account, build it up, and then sell it on the same website. Another thing you can do is start a podcast. And a couple of examples I would like to recommend that have gotten really popular and make a lot of money are the Tim Ferriss Show podcast. You can check that out by searching the Tim Ferriss Show on Overcast, Stitcher, Apple, whatever your main podcast source is. Search the Tim Ferriss Show. You'll notice that the first 5 minutes or so of each episode and maybe the last few minutes of each episode are basically him mentioning the sponsors, and people pay him a certain amount to have ads within his podcast, just like how radio works. Another one is Joe Rogan. Joe Rogan Experience is the name of that podcast, and he has gotten extremely famous from his podcast as well. Powerful JRE is what you can look up on YouTube. So what's great is that he does these interviews, but you can watch what the exchange is like with these like 3 hour or so interviews that he does on his podcast, because they actually film them and post those on YouTube. So if you have a podcast, you can make money off of YouTube with it as well, by kind of modeling what the Joe Rogan Experience does. And you can see he has 3.2 million subscribers just on YouTube. If you need to know what kind of podcast gear to use, they have a great post on the Tim Ferriss blog on what he uses for in-person or phone and Skype interviews, as far as how he makes such high-quality podcast episodes. So I'll have a link to that in the show notes for you too. And if you need to find people to sponsor your podcast, you can go to midroll.com, and they help you kind of merge your podcast with brands that might want to sponsor you and pay you. Another thing you can do is sell merch. And merch is basically custom t-shirts, custom bags, custom iPhone covers, and stuff like that. So usually it's difficult to do this, at least in the past it was, because you had to make deals with like manufacturers, whoever's going to make the shirt. You had to usually buy a bulk order, then you had to sell them out of your home, and so you were really far in the hole financially before you could even start selling them. And then you had to deal with shipping and handling and customer support and all that stuff as well. Well, instead of doing that, now you can use Teespring or MyPick, and they allow you to design these things and then sell them online, and then when they get sold, then they produce it and ship it for you in exchange for a small commission. So all you got to do is create a free account here, start designing. So what you want to do, you can click start designing here or in the top right corner, and then you can start creating all kinds of stuff. So here's a couple of examples of ones that I've looked up that have done really well. Like the Philip DeFranco channel is very popular on YouTube, so he has his own merch. It would be like a, like he's running for president or something shirt. So his fans would buy these shirts for like $20 or something, and it's completely unique to his brand. Another thing is they have this brand that sells engineer shirts. So it's only like for, people who would understand what it's like to be an engineer or have a degree in some sort of engineering. And then they've done pretty well selling engineer related shirts. So you need to find like a small niche or like a really good fan base, and then sell shirts that are unique to that. And then of course you can make other types of apparel and coffee mugs and phone cases and stuff as well. So Teespring's great for that, and MyPick is kind of a smaller website that lets you do that as well. You can also do prints if you want to like frame your art and stuff as well. And last but not least, if you want to do gaming and make a living from that, or make a good side business from that, there's a great couple of places to take advantage of it. So you have twitch.tv, which has really gotten popular the last couple of years, especially with people streaming major games like Fortnite and Overwatch and major video games like that. So you can kind of see featured games that are being watched right now. You can look up the most popular Twitch games. You can see them from different consoles, or you can see them from people who play on PC. And then you can also post recorded videos on YouTube. I mean, you can do it live on YouTube as well, but if you're going to do live streaming, Twitch is probably the way you want to go. And if you want to do recorded videos and create more of a passive income, then I would recommend YouTube for that. The Rad Brad is a really good example of how to do that successfully on YouTube. You can look at his videos. He does a lot of different games, and a lot of them are just walkthroughs and stuff like that of popular games. And if you need to figure out how to do that for whatever console you're using, whether it's an Xbox or PlayStation, mobile, PC, or a Nintendo Switch, all of that is covered on this page here on theverge.com, and it'll teach you how to stream your video games and make money from them through Windows, PCs. You can do it from Xbox One, PlayStation 4, Nintendo Switch, Android, etc. So I'll have that in the show notes as well. So other than that, that's it for this video. I hope it was helpful. If you thought it was, please like and subscribe so I can create more videos like this for you. Also, if you want to let me know what you thought about the video or share something you'd like me to cover in the future, let me know in the comments. I'd love to hear from you and get your feedback. And I will have I'll have the show notes, link to that stuff, the links I mentioned, all of that stuff on one page at selfmadesuccess.com. I'll have a link in this video description to that for you as well. So other than that, I hope this was helpful, and I'll see you in the next one.